The world of ultra-luxury automobiles operates on a principle that seems antithetical to the American spirit of personalization and individual expression. When you purchase a vehicle costing $500,000 or more, you're not simply buying transportation or even a status symbol. You're acquiring a piece of carefully curated automotive art, where every detail, from the specific shade of leather to the precise alignment of stitching, has been meticulously designed by teams of engineers and artisans. Yet despite explicit prohibitions, warnings, and contractual restrictions, owners of the world's most exclusive vehicles routinely customize their cars in ways manufacturers explicitly discourage, creating a fascinating tension between ownership and artistic control. Bugatti, one of the world's most exclusive automakers, has long maintained an iron grip on how its vehicles are modified. The hypercar manufacturer explicitly forbids owners from making modifications to their vehicles, citing concerns about structural integrity, performance characteristics, and the preservation of the brand's carefully crafted image. Yet owners have repeatedly pushed back against these restrictions. Some have repainted their Bugattis in custom colors, despite the brand's insistence on approved palettes. Others have modified suspension systems, changed wheel designs, and even altered engine tuning parameters. The manufacturer's response has ranged from disappointment to legal threats. Yet the practice continues. Owners argue that once they've invested millions of dollars, they should have the right to personalize their possession as they see fit. Bugatti counters that modifications can compromise the vehicle's legendary performance and could even void warranty coverage that protects their enormous investment. Lamborghini presents a similar dynamic, though the Italian supercar manufacturer has become somewhat more flexible than Bugatti in recent years. Historically, Lamborghini strongly discouraged any modifications beyond minor cosmetic changes. Yet customers have customized their Lamborghinis extensively, from wrapping vehicles in custom finishes to modifying aerodynamic elements. Some owners have installed off-marker exhaust systems that alter the vehicle's distinctive sound. Others have upgraded braking systems or suspension components, arguing that such modifications enhance performance. Lamborghini initially resisted these trends, but eventually recognized that prohibition was futile. The manufacturer now offers some factory customization options and has become more tolerant of owner modifications, though it still maintains that any alterations are done at the owner's risk and without factory warranty support. Ferrari represents perhaps the most complicated case in the luxury customization landscape. The prancing horse brand has cultivated a mystique around the idea that each Ferrari is a bespoke creation, with owners having input into color selection, interior materials, and certain performance specifications. However, Ferrari's definition of acceptable customization remains extraordinarily narrow. The manufacturer explicitly prohibits significant modifications to the vehicle's structure, performance characteristics, or exterior design. Yet some Ferrari owners have commissioned custom bodywork, modified engines for increased horsepower, and completely redesigned interiors to reflect personal preferences. Ferrari has been particularly protective of its brand image, sometimes refusing service to owners who have modified their vehicles in ways the company deems unacceptable. The Italian Marche has taken the position that once a Ferrari leaves the factory, it becomes a reflection on the brand for life, and unacceptable modifications damage that legacy. Rolls-Royce takes an interesting middle ground. The ultra-luxury sedan manufacturer actually encourages a certain level of customization, recognizing that clients purchasing vehicles costing $300,000 or more expect to personalize their purchase. However, Rolls-Royce draws distinct lines around what modifications are permissible. The brand maintains that structural alterations, significant performance modifications, and changes that would compromise the vehicle's legendary reliability are off-limits. Yet some owners have pushed these boundaries, commissioning custom interiors that go well beyond Rolls-Royce's standard offerings, modifying suspension systems, and even altering the vehicle's exterior design elements. Rolls-Royce's response has generally been to accommodate reasonable requests, while maintaining that warranty coverage does not extend to unauthorized modifications. The prohibition against customization in high-end vehicles stems from several legitimate concerns. First, manufacturers invest enormous resources in engineering these vehicles to perform at peak efficiency. Modifications can compromise aerodynamics, structural integrity, and performance characteristics that have been refined through years of testing and development. A seemingly minor change might have cascading effects on how the vehicle handles, accelerates, or maintains stability at extreme speeds. For hypercars capable of over 200 miles per hour, such concerns are not merely theoretical, but represent genuine safety considerations. Second, luxury automakers are intensely protective of their brand image. Each vehicle that bears the manufacturer's badge becomes an ambassador for the brand. A poorly executed customization or a modification that compromises the vehicle's performance could reflect negatively on the manufacturer, regardless of whether the factory was involved in the decision. This is particularly true for brands like Ferrari and Bugatti, where the prestige depends on the perception that every vehicle is a masterpiece of engineering and design. An owner-customized Bugatti that performs below expectations or displays poor craftsmanship could damage the brand's carefully cultivated image. Third, warranty and liability concerns drive these policies. Manufacturers are reluctant to provide warranty coverage on modified vehicles because they cannot guarantee how modifications might affect long-term reliability or safety. If an owner modifies their vehicle and subsequently experiences a mechanical failure, the question of responsibility becomes murky. Did the modification cause the failure? Should the manufacturer still honor the warranty? Most luxury automakers address this ambiguity by simply voiding warranty coverage on modified vehicles, which serves as a powerful deterrent to owners who want to maintain factory support. Despite these justifications, owners continue to customize their luxury vehicles for several compelling reasons. First, the astronomical cost of purchase creates a psychological sense of ownership that resists restriction. When someone spends $1 million on a vehicle, the idea that they cannot modify it feels like an infringement on fundamental property rights. Second, the ultra-wealthy demographic that purchases these vehicles is accustomed to having their preferences accommodated. The idea that a manufacturer would restrict their choices contradicts their lived experience in other domains. Third, some owners genuinely believe they can improve upon the manufacturer's design or adapt the vehicle to specific use cases the factory never considered. The customization that occurs often takes specific forms.